heard that many times.
And we are live.
Hello. Welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians Podcast, episode 532. Tariffs, Israel, Karmelo, and more. I like that. I like the descriptions now. It's cool. Anyway, I'm Otto. Tonight, I'm joined with Jared.
Hey, everybody.
And the Noticing Caucus chairman, Alex.
It's
Alex
one of the
4 billion.
It's one of the fastest growing caucuses within the LP. We're just noticing.
Definitely won't get to 6 million. No.
We might
maybe more like 270,000.
Yeah, but we never know.
Does noticing make you anti-Semitic or racist or both?
Just noticing.
Just noticing, I guess. I don't know. And that lovely vocals you heard down there in the lower quadrant, that's James Babb.
So good to be here.
So I got something fun for you guys. You want to hold on 1 second. Just one quick second.
What's he got?
Welcome to the rice patty.
Oh my god, dude.
What are you ordering things from Tebow while you still can?
So no,
Is this what our future looks like?
Yes.
When Ohio's just turned into nothing but rice patties?
Yeah. So
or Idaho.
They're not seeing my dope ass Vietnamese. What are these hats called? I don't rice patty hats. I don't know.
We're gonna get those good rice harvesting jobs here in the U.S. Bring them back.
My father-in-law just married a Vietnamese lady out in the.
It's called a sedge hat.
A sedge hat?
A sedge hat, yeah.
Sedge hat. Okay, I should have looked that up, but it was.
Well, I mean, let's face it. We have a serious trade imbalance with rice.
We do.
Right?
We do.
I
can't tell you how many times I've bought fried rice and it's never once asked to buy anything from me. So it's an imbalance. It's trade imbalance. We should go to war over that.
I think I should be taxed at least 200% on rice.
That'll show them.
Yeah, just to level the playing field.
Well, yeah, you have to have a level playing field. Have to have a level playing field.
That's a good look, Otto.
I know. I was like, Christina told me she was like,
it fits you, dude.
That's Christina told me she was like,
you look like
she was like, why can you pull that off? She was like, like she was so annoyed. She was like, why? Like that fits you. Like I know. It's weird, but yeah. So we each got
you out on the rice patty. Sure.
You look like
eating rice patties. Does anyone have any rice patties?
You look like an out of shape Raiden.
Why do you gotta say out of shape? You just be like, you said a white Raiden.
Well, I mean, look at Raiden though, dude. Dude's jacked.
Just say less jacked.
A less jacked version of Raiden.
Damn it. I guess, well, if we can bring back faggot and retard, I guess we can bring back body shaming.
Yeah.
Did it ever go away?
Shaming, yeah.
No.
Make body shaming great again.
Yeah, I got to tighten up these straps so it's like super tight. It's like falling to the side. Like
it has to be basically like tucked under, like jamming into your chin. That's the move.
Yes. To our
Watch
new
some
listener,
Kurosawa films. You'll find out.
Yes, it is Viet Cong Appreciation Day.
Yep.
Konnichiwa. Oh, that's Japanese. No.
God,
that's Japanese.
This is so freaking. Oh man.
Did him out.
We're getting canceled.
Yeah, whatever.
We're already.
I can do this the whole time.
Racist. Now you're showing anti-Asian bigotry. Like, oh my god.
Well, we're at war with China. We gotta stick it to them. I don't know.
What are the tariffs up to for China now?
What are they? Who knows?
What are we looking at?
Up, they down.
I think they are up to like 115 or something.
Do we have any tweets that you could read for us, Alex?
Tweets?
We got tweets.
Because I want to hear it in Trump's own voice. It's so much better that way.
More well-stocked with docs than we have this week. There's just so much stuff going on, including, I don't know if you guys saw this, and this is kind of flying off the path here, but like, I know Dave Smith had that debate today with that Douglas Murray, that like just a clown, and just like raked him over the coals over pretty much about like elitism and about taking the like having, because he was on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan hosted him and Dave Smith and Douglas, and they just had a discussion. It was kind of like an impromptu debate and then like this dude just went off about Dave, like, you're not an expert, you're just a comedian, and you shouldn't be talking about Israel and Ukraine when you don't know blah blah blah. And he's like, nah, it's a genocide. And he's like, well, you should go to Israel. Like, what? Like it was, dude, it's awful. It was like the worst type
So it was
of
on Israel. It was on the genocide.
Yeah,
It was what they were discussing.
Well, the guy apparently is a neocon.
Murray? Yeah, Douglas Murray. I remember him. Yeah, he did the podcast rounds like years ago. I'm trying to remember if he was like the bell. Is he the bell curve guy?
No, he's the
He's just like the American exceptionalism guy. That kind of shit, or like very anti-Muslim.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Very anti. Yes.
Yeah.
So that literally just dropped a few hours ago. I got halfway through it and I was just like, dude, this is bad. Like, this guy could not argue at all. He kept on saying like, if you listen to the first 45 minutes, he just contradicts himself left and right. He gets mad. He pulled the James Babb. He kept saying like, Dave Smith would say we, and he's talking about like taxes and stuff. He's like, yeah, well, like what's our, like we're over there dropping bombs. He's like, we. He's like, he's British, so he's like, you Americans don't suffer a war, so you're not doing anything. Your government may be in military conflict right now, but you are not at war. It was almost like the Bizarro World, James,
Where he was trying to shame him for not being part of the we.
Kind of, yeah. It's like you're
like. That's like stolen valor. Like you're not the one kicking in the doors.
Well,
the real heroes are.
And it also kind of, the way you described it, it sounded like he was saying like, you're not being impacted by this war because you're not in it.
Yeah,
he was. You're not in it, so like, what do you care? Like, you're not being impacted,
right? It was just
like, how about as a
how are we
Jew,
paying? How are we paying for this war?
How about as a Jew, it's causing anti-Semitism worldwide, and it's like one of the worst assaults on Judaism. I don't know, since 6 million. I mean,
Alex, allegedly.
Scott says he wrote a book titled "Neoconservatism: Why We Need It." That's right.
God.
I did see that.
Well, that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah. So this guy's he's a huge critic of the left, but he's just so hawkish. Hawkish everywhere else. So yeah, it was anyway. So yeah, we got other stuff, Alex. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail, but that's just like the talk of X right now is this podcast. So figured we should at least mention
good for Dave for getting out there. Wasn't Dave didn't he get on the Trump train at least?
He supported him for president. Yeah, he supported him for president, but he's just like, yeah, like if like he's doing all the things I didn't want him to do. Like,
has he apologized for being on the Trump train?
He said he'll apologize. He said when we go to war with Iran, he's like, I'll apologize for that.
But the Houthis, fuck you. Sorry, Houthis. Yeah.
No.
Or Israel.
Sorry, Gaza.
Well, that was already happening. Dave or no Dave, no, like Trump or no Trump. All that stuff happens regardless.
Well, I mean, it sure felt like Biden and company and whoever was running the animatronics was hell bent on World War III, right? Like that was it really seemed inevitable, but you know the axiom, like every regime makes you nostalgic for the previous one.
So wait, are we nostalgic for Trump 1.0? Is that what we're saying?
I mean, it was definitely less hawkish. Right, Trump 1.0. He didn't technically start any new wars or
but he was a war pig, just like the rest. This guy didn't start any new war things. It was a very kind of.
I'm not saying he's a peacenik.
Like he escalated bombings, participated in bombings.
Yeah,
like
I'm just saying.
I'm
just saying if you were to choose between current Trump and that Trump, I'm taking that Trump.
I like campaigning Trump.
I agree.
When he was like, remember when he was criticizing Biden for messing around in Yemen, and he's like, "Oh, you can just get on the phone. We could fix this. You don't have to drop bombs." And like,
maybe the Houthis don't have a phone.
I guess they didn't pick up the phone.
They don't get. If they don't get he didn't get my text, so I had to mass murder them. Like
like he did with these poor. What appears to be these poor tribal folks.
He literally released a snuff film of like murdering a whole field full of innocent people, and then and do you have that tweet? Because that tweet was such bullshit. And he's like, these people won't be attacking U.S. ships again, like they ever did attack a U.S. ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's not a military outfit there that's being addressed. That's like a tribal something.
Yeah,
like
if you look,
this is ridiculous.
People are showing other. This isn't the exact same. One,
that's
but yeah, similar
Dude.
formation.
Yeah, that's the
similar
same formation. Fucking thing.
But it seems like he's concerned with the ships getting attacked in the region. Is that like?
I guess.
Yeah.
There will be no like. I'm not the first to point it out, but there was another country in the region that did attack U.S. ships. Which one was that?
I'm trying to find the tweet from here. It is. Caitlin Johnson responded, Google USS Liberty bombing to learn more about these deadly attacks on U.S. ships.
Caitlin, she's joining the Noticing Caucus. She's on board.
She called it a snuff film as well here.
It is a snuff film. There's no other way to describe it.
Yeah, and the fact that he's just bragging about it, like that this was a threat to our big beautiful ships, our shipping lane. You know, they're out in the middle of the fucking desert having a tribal meeting, and it's just awful.
But at least we got Ross out.
At least we got Ross out, and we're making showers great again, I guess. So I don't know if we.
Oh yeah,
showers.
Let me pull that one up.
Yeah.
Is that worth the mass murder?
No, that's like.
Oh yeah, showers.
I mean, maybe a little bit of mass murder, sure, but not that much.
Not that much. So we're.
I was about to say only if it applies to the French because they need.
We got Ross out. We got Ross out, and then hot showers. Executive order.
We have a series of
high pressure showers
and a memorandum, all relating to deregulation, which has obviously been a major priority of your administration. The first of these is an executive order. The Biden administration,
I wouldn't say so,
launched what you've called a war on showers. They had certain regulations that basically killed the water pressure of showers and other water appliances.
You can say it. Go ahead. What are the appliances?
I mean, it's everything, sir. It's dishwashers, toilets, sinks. But the shower heads are a huge
deal. There's no water. You don't get water. It's ridiculous.
So with this executive order, we're effectively going to be reversing that set of regulations.
We don't get water.
To ensure that Americans have choice in the consumer market. If they want a low-flow shower head, they can buy one. If they want a real deal shower head,
they don't
have the ability to get one.
I think a small amount of murder, and this is a deal.
Oh,
right?
that's the new political thing, guys. That's the new sign.
What?
That's the new sign now. You're gonna have to wear a mask, have the BLM flag, and you have to have a low-flowing shower. That's it. That's the new one.
So just you got to be dirty.
Yeah.
Well, that's already kind of their MO, right?
Right.
Dirty hippies.
I saw. Speaking of, I don't know why this just made me laugh. Someone just made a post on Twitter, and they're like, thinking about how gross it smelled in the French and Indian War.
Oh, jeez.
That one got Alex.
I am not going there. That is, we just added a whole nother like 25% of the world to the people like that have been offended by tonight's show. Like, way to go.
But the French Indian War wasn't even Indians. It was.
I know. That's why it's funny. That's why it's.
That's why it's not funny. Okay. I'm not laughing. That is completely
Alex really good
and inappropriate. That is terrible.
Oh man, racism. Guys, after hours, I'll do blackface. All right, just offend everybody.
Wow.
Anyway,
that's a good reason to subscribe if you're listening.
Any of this.
If you'd like to get auto fired from his job,
that's the rule. You condone who you podcast with. That's what Douglas Murray was saying today.
You condone who you podcast with?
Yeah, or whatever. You endorse who you podcast.
Guilty by association with.
There you go.
Well, you know what? For good or for bad, I'll take it. You know.
Well, whatever happens on this podcast, we just blame it on Otto anyway. So.
Yeah, I get blamed for it anyway, so I might as well embrace it.
We don't even blame him. It's just people just assume it's his fault.
I know. I can't wait. Next, all right. So now that shower heads are great again.
Now that shower heads are great again, but what about?
Dude, not great again.
I have personally smuggled in shower heads from Canada. This is a real problem. So I'm glad this has finally been addressed.
Really?
You don't buy your shower heads in Canada? Dude, I
I've had
thought
the same
everybody
shower head
does.
for like 10 years, dude.
My shower actually has pretty solid flow, but I got one of those rainwater things.
You probably don't even know
bougie
you're missing.
motherfucker. You're so bougie.
That could be it too.
Yeah.
They came around.
Use gravity, baby.
They have that scam with Baltimore Gas and Electric where they what is it, the Empower Maryland, where they basically you pay a portion of this bill and it's all for, they go around the neighborhood with, oh, here's a power strip and here's a low flow shower head.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
dude. They wanted to like come into my house and like change all my light bulbs for free, but I was like, I'd rather just pay for my own shit. Like I don't want your free. I don't want
Right.
Apparently, like LED causes like, because it blinks at such a high rate, like it can secretly scramble your brain and stuff.
Well,
I
if,
wasn't
if
aware of
they
that
break,
shit.
if they break, they can be like full of like mercury and other weird metals.
Do you
and
remember
shit.
then they scammed us with those CFL bulbs? Remember
Oh,
when
those
they were
were
like,
the worst.
Obama was like, we have to have those.
I
And
didn't
then
fall
they
for
were
that.
like, oh, those actually are terrible and like they tend to explode.
yeah.
wow.
Remember that?
I probably
Mhm.
tried them.
Oh, the curly cues, the little like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those things.
Yeah, Joe knows a guy.
Oh, there we go. Look, I tightened it up, everybody. It's not
Nice.
It stays nice and tight.
Is Joe doing
Not bad.
underground black market shower head installs?
I guess so.
Possibly. He knows a guy. So
He
get in
knows
touch
a
with
guy.
Joe if you want to.
Well, that
change
racket's
your
about to
low
come
flow to a
crashing
high
down
flow.
now. See, like by legalizing shower heads, they're going to take out a whole black market industry.
Very sad. But
Very
at least we got Ross out.
At least we got Ross out.
No, I'm celebrating this one. I think this is might be the best thing I've heard Trump do yet.
Joe says black market and blackface installs.
Joe. Oh, Joe.
Joe. I love this new listener.
Well, let me
He sounds like a
sour
good
your viewpoint on the president with this one here.
dude. Oh boy.
This is
Ugh.
Trump and Netanyahu reaffirmed their vision for the ethnic cleansing of Gaza. President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met at the White House on Monday and reaffirmed their desire for the ethnic cleansing of Gaza, both claiming that there are other countries willing to take in the Palestinian population. Trump said it would be a good thing for the U.S. to take over and control Gaza. All right, I need you to read this for me, Alex.
Well, you know, I feel about how I feel about the Gaza Strip. I think it's an incredible piece of important real estate. Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's something we would be involved in, you know, having a peace force like the United States there, controlling and owning the Gaza Strip would be a great thing. A great thing.
A peace
going.
force.
Keep going.
Keep
But wait,
going.
there's more.
The president
Wait,
said that if the
there's more.
Palestinians are moved around to different countries, it would create
Moved
a
around different countries, okay? It would create a freedom zone. Gaza, you call it the freedom zone, a free zone, a zone where people aren't going to be killed every day, he said.
Because he'll stop killing them. That's called freedom. When Trump announces they're going to stop killing you. Like,
oh, man.
When you're free to not
freedom
die.
zone. Hey, maybe we should change our the overflow room to the freedom zone.
The freedom zone. Or just the podcast title.
Freedom zone.
zone. Freedom, right? Freedom
That's like-
means we won't kill you necessarily.
It reminds me of like remember the no spin zone on Fox News?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
still-
'Cause it's
Absolutely no spin.
Clearly. So embarrassing.
was that like O'Reilly? Didn't O'Reilly coin that? Like you're
Yeah,
in the
that was
no spin
Bill O'Reilly.
zone.
Welcome
Was
to
it
the no
O'Reilly?
spin.
You're in the no
zone.
spin
Yeah.
zone.
And he said
Yeah.
there's, woo.
And,
Meanwhile,
toilet.
I'm sure you guys saw the
Like a
story
high-flow
where they
toilet.
got the Israel Defense Forces got busted after they murdered a bunch of paramedics. They buried them in their trucks to hide the evidence. Did you see that? And they
Lord.
like one of the guys had a video the last moment. He was making a video as his group of ambulances are getting slaughtered because it was one of those things like they pulled up at a vehicle that had been like crashed or attacked on the side of the road. And as soon as they got out, just like boop, 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 all these shots come down. This one guy leaves a message for his mom on his cell phone. He's like, "I'm sorry, Mom. This is the path I've chosen to help others." You know, and they're freaking not just murdered, but then they were buried along with the ambulances to hide the evidence.
Our greatest allies. Just noticing. Sad.
I mean, totally savage, and just no.
Disgusting.
And they're just like, oopsies, you caught us this time.
We just
Yeah,
committed
like there's
war
a
crimes.
video of this journalist. He's sitting in a chair and he's being like on fire, and his like legs like dripping off his bone, and he's still moving. He's like moving around. And he's completely on fire. Apparently, he survived. I don't know how, but he was completely on fire.
Wait, a
And there's,
journalist?
like, I guess it was ended up being a journalist that got bombed, and just some indiscriminate. You're just like, oh, there's a group of Palestinians. Let's go kill all of them. Bomb. It's pretty fucked up, man. It's just
beyond that. Yeah, they're actively targeting journalists and health workers, emergency workers,
but
aid workers.
They're not targeting podcasters. I don't know. We got the docs on that.
Do
you see some of that?
Which
guys,
podcasters might you be referring to?
Maybe one by the Tim Pool. I remember you said him for Toads. So messed up. Yeah, so Israel derangement syndrome is what Tim Pool said after he admitted he revealed that he went to a secret meeting where no one was allowed to even discuss it with President Netanyahu. Him and Dave Rubin and two other guys I didn't recognize, and potentially more.
The entire Daily Wire.
Let's hear it from him.
Last night I wasn't here. I got late word that I was invited to a private roundtable meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. It was under what's called Chatham House rules. For those that are not familiar, this means that you cannot reveal anybody who attended, nor attribute anything to any one individual, as they can deny it.
Because we'd start to notice.
However, what I love about what the White House is currently doing, when you bring together a bunch of influencers and podcasters who don't know much about journalism culture, whatever you want to call it, not that we respect it tremendously, most people didn't know what Chatham House meant. So with all due respect, it's funny because they bring us into the Blair House, which is where Netanyahu was staying. And immediately people are walking around with their cameras.
See, they're not elite like I am. They don't know that it's really cool.
I legit thought they would maintain Chatham House rules, meaning you can't.
You're here to cover for these people. What are you doing?
Quote his officials.
Is this
the other people who were
podcast
there,
sponsored by Chatham House rules?
What was said generally. If you wanted an official quote on a specific matter, you would then ask an official once the meeting was wrapped, and they'd provide you the exact quote. Or they would just say outright, like, we ain't putting our quotes on that one.
So he meets with Netanyahu in a secret meeting in the nation's capital, and it's us who are the ones who are like, you guys are crazy.
Kim Iverson called him out so hard. She came out with a video on this yesterday.
Really?
That like she really did her job on that one. And then he's like retaliated against her. And anyway, so that's like,
why does he talk more and more like Ben Shapiro every day?
What, his fast talking shit?
Yeah.
He sounds like
getting worse.
Mm-hmm. Do we have that clip? I mean, I posted in a chat this week when it was like all the Daily Wire people, and it was the guy who did What Is a Woman. My mom really likes him. He's like, oh, Matt Walsh, and he just realized, like,
oh yeah,
yeah, and it's just blatant. It's like, nah, we're the Daily Wire and we're controlled. We're controlled. It's like, Matt Walsh, you got to stay in line. You know, it's like, it's so blatantly obvious that we're one nation under blackmail by our quote unquote greatest ally.
Wait,
and anybody that steps out of line, but go ahead, Otto. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, what would you do if like Netanyahu invited us to the White House and was like, I want to have a meeting with the punk rock libertarians? Would we go?
Oh,
would
fuck
you go?
Yeah, we'd go. You're damn right we'd go. Why wouldn't we go?
I don't know. Like, I would feel like, wait a minute.
We wouldn't agree not to talk about anything, though.
No, of course not.
Like, I wouldn't be like,
I'd agree to anything. I'd agree to anything to get in there.
Yeah,
but we wouldn't oblige them after the fact.
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah, but then you just get JFK on the way home.
Dude, I'd shop around to see if anybody had any of that anthrax left over.
Well, what we have to do first is tell everybody, okay, we're going to this meeting. Netanyahu's going to be there. We're learning all the Israeli secrets. If we die, it was not by suicide.
Should we
Right?
make them sign up
Yeah.
for the Fed level Patreon first? The Fed level?
The
Like, hey, BB,
Punk Rock
Make
we
who
got to
Libertarian
sign up
what?
for in
Make
here, and we'll
BB,
go
make
meet you.
BB sign up.
Yeah,
BB
and
level.
then, then our APAC tracking would go up.
All right, that tracker would, yeah, would we'd see a nice
Yeah, how do
bump
we
in
get
that.
into these influencer meetings so we can just
I
scam
know,
them out
right?
of their money?
I guess we have to have influence in order to be
Oh. How do I peddle influence?
Well, Jared, if
We need a
anyone here,
gimmick.
it's you.
Make a couple phone calls.
Use your card.
I'll have to just go into Pikesville and just ask around.
Oh man. So
Yeah,
how's just slimy is that though? And he comes out and him and Phil LeBon, like they just go off about like we don't.
What
care
happened to
about-
him?
You're making us like Israel. Like that's what they're saying. Like, what?
Wait, the guy from what the band?
Yeah, all that remains. Yeah, he's all like
pro-Israel now.
yeah. Oh yeah.
What happened to him?
What happened, dude? He used to be good.
Yeah, I guess when you start getting paid, your opinions change.
Does he have a podcast or something?
He's on with Tim Pool all the time. All the time. And,
I didn't listen to that show.
He gets
I'm
all
you know
defense.
what?
Yeah, I don't
You know-
listen to him anymore.
You know how you know that we're not going to be corrupted? Because
We don't
we're
make any money.
Nickel hat.
so small and broke and have no influence at all.
That's what
how
I'm
you
saying.
know. That's how you know that we're legit, right?
That's why we have to stay small and unsuccessful, because once we become big and successful, then we're going to just be corrupted.
Right. That's why we keep it like intentionally a little unprofessional.
Yeah.
Start a little late. Don't really have a good set. Don't really research our topics.
Hey, I think my set's fantastic.
I don't know. Yeah, speak for yourself.
Yeah, look at mine. I got an old bike back here. I got some wraps that just keep showing up at my front door. I got this awesome
All right.
Gadsden
That's
flag.
it,
No
James. I'm buying a
disassemble.
green screen. I'm going to have a green screen on the next episode.
Yeah, green screen it up.
Drink beer. I mean, people drink beer, smoke weed during the show. Completely unprofessional.
Rogan does that too, though.
Yeah.
Rogan doesn't prepare. He just has conversations with people.
Yeah, we need to have a Jamie. We just have like just a Jamie.
Yeah, we just
like,
need a full-time Jamie. That's not
I wouldn't
me.
need to do any, I just come in here and be like, yeah, man, frogs are gay. Look it up, Jamie.
Get the ducks.
That would be
Oh, man.
fucking funny. But yeah.
So,
So
should we get into the Trump roundup for this week?
There's a lot to round up.
There's still plenty to round up.
Let's
It was-
look at this.
He's
Let's look
still
at
rounding them up.
Yeah, let's look at this ad here. That may or may not be real.
Well, I think it is because I just also posted a link from the federal government.
It's at ice.gov. I mean,
So
is
it
that
says,
right?
if it
No.
crosses the U.S. border illegally, it's our job to stop it. People, money, products, ideas.
Ideas. Wait a minute. What?
That's right. That's
How are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
With guns.
What the
Well,
fuck?
let's check it out. Do you see the link I just posted in the chat?
Oh.
Learn
I
more
got it.
about
Yeah,
our
I
mission.
got a new link too. I don't think we talked about this.
DHS
I
to
need to zoom
begin
this in.
screening alien social media activity for anti-Semitism. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, we
So-
could chat with Emma about this too. Look at that.
Good.
Now, wait a minute. It looks like and they specifically mentioned the Houthis. Like, I feel personally attacked.
Jared, can you chat with Emma there? So there's ask her that, hey, we're starting to notice. See what she says.
say I think I know a guy who's a Houthi. What do I do?
Ask her the Cookie Monster question.
You started noticing?
If Cookie Monster was baking cookies every single 24 hours a day.
All right,
for
I don't want to
several
get on
years,
DHS's. I don't get on a no-fly list. Dude.
Yeah. You're already it's already getting sketchy.
I think I'm doing a good job of doing that too here, guys. Ooh.
Oh, man.
Konnichiwa.
Tara and I will try to go on vacation and be like, Mr. Schlegel, please step aside here. Oh,
Please,
They're like, do you do a
right this way.
podcast with a auto dassing?
I mean, this would be
I only know a
creepy.
Phil. Sorry.
How creepy would this be if they were like, look,
Funny.
if you criticize the federal government, we're not letting you in. Like, might be something
Yeah.
the Communist Party of China would do. You know what I mean? It's tyrannical, but not unheard of, right? But we just got to make sure you don't criticize Israel before you come into before we decide if you're coming into the U.S. or not.
Yeah, because I'm sure that's really like the number one thing on like these supposed migrants or newcomers. I'm sure it's so
Well,
ridiculous.
speaking of locking people up for their ideas, there is a link here I'm sending through for Jared. You could pull that up. Apparently, there's a new law in Colorado. I don't know if you guys heard about this. It's about to pass. Pull
No,
that up. Did you hear about that? It says Colorado may soon allow custody to be taken away from parents who misgender their children. It's like it's along these different lines, but that's one of the things you can get your kids taken away from you for is if you misgender
First
them.
rule of parenting: don't tell the state you had a kid. Okay, like I think we're at that point right now, right? Like, just seriously, do not let them know you ever had a kid. I don't know how. I know that's hard, but some people do that and get away with it.
So this bill
Some people.
coercive
Section
control.
two-
podcast.
Wow.
Section 2 provides that when making child custody decisions and determining the best interest of a child for purposes of parenting time, a court shall consider dead naming, misgendering, or threatening to publish material related to an individual's gender-affirming healthcare services as types of coercive control. A court shall consider reports of coercive control when determining the allocation of parental responsibilities in accordance with the best interest of the child.
This
So
is
that's
disgusting.
totally-
This is
Yeah.
disgusting.
It's the next logical
Clown World.
step.
Where's the Clown
I mean,
World? There's a Clown World segment.
Well, let's get.
So wait, okay. At first, when I first read this, I thought that it was the reverse, where children were going to be taken away for like a
Hey,
parent,
my
like,
kids a
say-
day them.
Yeah,
or-
like a parent doing that, which is equally fucked up, I think. But
well, and technically, I mean, who's misgendering? The one who says that a boy is a girl, or one that says nope, the boy is still a boy? Who's the misgenderer?
right? How
Mm.
that?
Well, whatever the kid decides is essentially what they go by. And so say like Jared he just called me Phil there and dead named me. Like, Jared, you might lose custody of me. I might
I
call the
wouldn't want that
courts.
to happen.
You will lose custody of me on this podcast.
But what happens if
I don't
the
want to lose
kindergarten teacher?
custody of my Asian adoptee.
What happens if it's before the kindergarten teacher assigns your gender?
Right. I mean, there was a. I don't even know because there was so much bullshit that passed the Maryland legislature this year. But they're talking about.
Dude, reparations are coming, man.
Oh yeah, and then oh my gosh,
You guys
yeah,
are gonna owe me so much money for the Vietnam War, man. You owe me.
Where are my shekels?
Go to Deutschland if you want that, man.
We'll just identify.
I don't know,
Where's
man. They
your
were
name?
having like
I'm sure
Hitler
they're
rallies in the middle of Times Square in the 40s.
It's
I'm sure
irrelevant,
there's-
all right.
There's a lot of other countries.
That was the
have-
first noticing caucus.
Oh, Jesus.
There's other countries that have had to that kicked out the Jews, right? I mean, it wasn't
109
just-
apparently.
All of them, apparently, according to your local anti-Semite.
So could you go to each of those 109 countries and get reparations?
You could try.
Well, you can. In Germany, you can. Germany, you absolutely can.
Like any
Like-
Jew could just show up there.
Like, you owe me some Nazi gold.
Like
If you were to say you were a Holocaust survivor, I'm pretty sure they can't deny you that, and they just instantly. It's like
if I
they
said that
can-
I was a Holocaust survivor,
I don't
Very
know
well-
you, but maybe you could say like your
I'm not-
parents were and apply for it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
let's the docs on that. Let's get some docs up.
See what I can do. See
Yeah.
what I can
Like,
find.
but
here.
I don't know.
don't you guys agree that the best defense to this kind of stuff, and this isn't the only thing we've heard like this shit's been going on in a lot of different jurisdictions. Kids get taken away for parents smoking weed, for all kinds of dumb shit. The state loves wants to be the parent. Like, they just continually work on that. So, but if they don't know you have a kid, your kid is safe.
that's true.
Just don't
All right,
tell
so
them.
I looked it up. Oh, dude, Jared, you could, man. To qualify
yeah?
for reparations in Germany, primarily related to Holocaust persecution, one must demonstrate that they or their ancestors experienced persecution under the Nazi regime. Wow, this
How
could
would I-
involve being interned in a ghetto, subject to forced labor, experiencing other forms of persecution based on religion, race, ethnicity.
Man, I mean, they can't track all 6 million, so you're good, man. You're in.
All
Well,
right,
and
I'll have to
especially
invent
it's
a story.
well, and like make it like, yeah, my grandfather was retarded.
Give me a finder's
you know,
fee
like,
for that
and they like they wanted to sterilize him, and they, you know, like,
Yeah, I mean, Otto, you could just say like my grandpa was gay, like me,
There you go.
when he was persecuted.
Or they'd be like, my grandfather was there working on the German railroads and from Vietnam, and
Yeah,
they put him in Buchenwald, you know.
Yeah, it. Oh my gosh, we're descending every year. It's just more. It's more and more intrusive by the state. I mean, the fact that you have Maryland they're looking to do like, did that pass, Otto? Do you remember?
It's gonna pass. Yeah, it passed the lower
Well,
and it's going up. Yeah,
The
What,
reparations
pass?
thing. Well, they created a
So
commission
what?
to look into reparations, but then
oh hell
also
yeah.
they created a commission. Well, not a commission, but basically up until.
Meanwhile,
and I don't-
isn't Maryland running like a $1 billion deficit right now or
Yeah.
something?
Oh yeah,
I think this is
We got money for
fantastic. Is there any way you can
reparations.
get on that commission to get involved with this thing?
Get a little piece of the action.
Well,
Could-
I mean, you guys know I'm a supporter of, you know, I feel like there's a lot of victims of the state that are own reparations, right? Like if the state has fucked you over, you should be able to get in line and like get some of these assets, right? Like it's a long line, you know, like
that was another thing that was settled too, which is
I'll
insane.
get
So
on it.
all the it was a bill that passed where if you were a victim of sexual assault as a minor in the custody of either, you know,
Oh, I
like
see those ads all the time.
yeah, but they basically said, well, if it's a state, you only are capped at this much. But if it happened in a private institution, i.e., like Catholic schools or Catholic or a private school or whatever, you
What?
could get even more. Dude, because they're and the argument was, well, we don't want to bankrupt the state. Well, the whole thing is just like
Because it
That was
happens
their
more in the
argument.
state than it does in private institutions. that's why.
exactly, because it happens far more in state-run, you know, institutions and
Mhm.
Well,
indoctrination
maybe,
camps.
you know, from each according to their ability. Like the Catholics have all that gold and shit that they were plundering from.
Oh, dude, I was watching
like-
that reminded me of the funniest fucking thing. I was watching my wife was so whatever, this is kind of a dumb story, but my wife was watching this game show where like they talked about All in the Family. You guys remember that show? Archie Bunker.
Sure.
So so it reminded my wife about it. So my wife went to bed. She was like, I want to watch All in the Family. I haven't watched it in years. So she watched it and turned it on. And so Archie, in like the second episode, this nun comes to the front door collecting for the poor. And so Archie doesn't send her away because he needs her to help her fill out his crossword puzzle or what, or no, or come up with, he's writing to President Nixon, telling him how good of a job he's doing, and he needs to find a certain word. And so he asked this nun, and the nun tells him, like, recommends this word he could use. And he goes over and tells his wife, he goes, eat it. He's like, don't give him more than 50 cents. And she was like, why? And he's like, because they always just spend it on gold and candlesticks. I was just dying laughing. Dude, that show's so fucking funny, man. Whew, the first episode. Just you gotta watch it again. Highly recommend.
What was a Meathead? Remember Meathead?
Oh,
What was
yeah.
that-
Oh,
what's that actor's
he's-
name?
Rob Reiner.
He literally became Meathead.
He became that. But also,
Yeah.
he's like, the whole first episode, he's like, we need to have discussions with ideas. And I'm like, not anymore, motherfucker. You dropped that a long time ago. He's like, we just need to discuss. And Archie's like, no, I want to watch football highlights. This is my house. Oh, like, just Archie is the best. Like, he's just so funny. Oh, man. Gotta
Oh
watch it.
wow, that is him. So he played the token liberal
Yeah.
back then. I never put two and two together. I've seen
Really?
scenes.
Christina didn't know that either. And also, like, Sally, or was it Sally Struthers or whatever, the girl? She also plays in Gilmore Girls. She plays Babette in Gilmore Girls, and like that's my wife's favorite show. And she didn't know. She was like, "I
Dude,
didn't know that." I'm like,
I've never put the two. I've never put. I mean, I've seen like clips like floating around, and I'm like, but wow, okay. Anyway,
yeah,
He was funnier as the original Meathead. Like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
as
he's
a fictional character.
so he moves in with Archie after he's married to their daughter, so he can go back to school and become some type of social justice guy.
Warrior in the 70s. Yeah.
Right. And it's just so funny, man. It's the best.
But
I can't believe I was like, there's no way you're gonna be able to find that on streaming. It's got to come with some type of warning. I was like, there was no warning, and it was popped right up. I think it was.
There's got to be Hulu.
I
Really?
think. Yeah.
I'm
no
really
warning.
surprised
No
that
warning.
we're still allowed to even know that exists.
Yeah.
Because whenever you watch Goodfellas or whatever or Godfather, they always put up a warning saying like these are stereotypes. Well, we can't. We don't agree with anymore. Blah blah. Blah. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, go watch All in the Family.
You guys have some other Baltimore news. That young student really is making a stand.
Yeah, this
We
makes
had
this makes me like so divided. Like I'm so like I don't know. I don't know what's the worst thing here.
Yeah, I'm torn.
Tell the story.
Well, we should pull up.
Yeah.
I think we have the
Trying to
video.
find
the
the
docs?
video here.
We got the
All right.
docs.
You can't really describe this. It's
Yeah.
the video that speaks for itself, and it's a young man.
Oh, here we go.
Described as a prospective Marine who had a problem with Baltimore
This is-
public schools.
This is
Damn
Baltimore.
Marines.
Now this is the county, but Baltimore
county.
county. But still, I mean,
Okay.
Don't put this
More or less.
evil on us.
Yeah.
Parker Jensen,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
a senior
Yes,
and
sir.
prospective U.S. Marine,
Yes, sir.
noticed something
Yes,
that
sir.
concerned him at his high school.
Noticed.
Yes,
It
sir.
violates
Noticed.
state law.
So I'm only in 2 classes, but both of my classes do not have American flags.
Jensen
What are
took
those
his
2 classes,
concerns
you
to
Wait,
the
how is he only in 2 classes?
Because seniors can do that. Like if they've done everything,
Oh.
like they can
Yeah.
they can only take 2
Gradu-
classes. Most of them they'll
graduate early.
also they'll go to take college classes for the rest of their
Or like
time.
Holocaust studies and
I took that actually in high school.
What?
It was actually like a summer enrichment program.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh wait, when you say enrich, what do you mean?
Yeah.
the Baltimore
we can-
County Board of Education.
I was looking to speak to a supervisor of some sort that regulates Baltimore County Public Schools.
Instead of speaking with someone,
3 cop cars for a kid.
the school system called the police and suspended him for 7 days.
You're actually suspended from the school. You used to be with this in the club.
Now,
Do you believe Jensen's constitutional rights were violated?
Absolutely.
he
Why
has
was he there?
hired an attorney to fight back.
He did nothing wrong besides try to bring forth his First Amendment right and really enforce a Maryland law, which is to have American flags in every single classroom.
Hiya.
So there it is.
So he was trying to get.
there's more video of this, which is even funnier, where he's explaining why he needs flags in every classroom.
I gotta find that one.
Oh, don't make me hate him. Come on.
Oh, it's just so rich, and you got to
kinda
think
wanna-
to yourself like is okay. So he's going in the Marines. He's already says yes sir like constantly, right? And he's concerned that there's not a flag in every single classroom in Baltimore County. Okay. I don't understand why they suspended him or called the police on him though. That part of the story is
Yeah,
kind of
like-
left out.
I love the title of the Fox 45.
we go.
Patriotism on pause. Marine hopeful battles his school over missing flags, gets suspended. All right, here's the full.
All right, here's like a 4-minute video. Let's try this one.
All right, deep
I
dive.
might have to
Here we
fast
go.
forward through some of it.
That's not right.
Project
A Baltimore County student and prospective U.S. Marine is fighting back against
What
his
is it?
school
What is a
system after he
prospective
says he
Marine?
was treated
Like I'm prospecting
unlawfully.
the Marine.
Every Maryland classroom is supposed to have an American
Has completely
flag
signed on the
displayed
dotted
inside.
line.
As Project
Maybe,
Baltimore's Chris
I'm not-
Papps explains,
But
some of
I guess it
Parker
means he's been
Jensen's
groomed.
classrooms didn't have
Yeah.
a flag, but when he tried to learn why,
I flag it.
apparently he got disciplined.
Yes, sir.
Parker Jensen
Yes, sir.
is a senior at Towson High School.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
In a few
Yes, sir.
months, the 18-year-old will be graduating.
Yes, sir.
But he doesn't plan on attending college.
No, sir.
Instead,
I'm joining the Marine Corps.
No, Your Honor.
Patriotism has always been a big thing in mine.
and with that in mind, Jensen
Always
recently
wanted to go to
noticed
Yemen.
something that concerned him
Vietnam.
about his high school.
So I'm only in 2 classes, but both of my classes do not have American flags.
Which is a problem because Baltimore County School Board Policy 6307 and Maryland Education Code
6307.
7-105
Section
require
7-105.
the American flag to be displayed in each classroom. If Towson High School has classrooms without a flag, that's a violation of state law and board policy.
Is it a violation of state law if none of the graduates can read?
Yeah.
So in February,
No.
Jensen
Flags
tells
are
Project
the
Baltimore
important thing here.
he went to Towson High School's vice principal, who said he would look into the issue. In March, Jensen says he went back to his vice principal because his classrooms still did not have a flag. A few weeks later, with nothing being done,
He should have just hung up the flag
Jensen
himself.
took his concerns to his principal's bosses.
Should have knitted a
As soon
flag.
as you open up the door, publicly accessible.
On March 28th, Jensen withdrew from his class that day and went to the Baltimore County Board of Education building, asking to speak with someone about the missing flags.
Like, we don't talk to mundanes here. I think that's what the problem is.
Hi, how are you doing?
Like, we don't interface with you mere.
I was looking to
mortals.
speak to a supervisor of some sort that regulates Baltimore County Public Schools.
What did you think was going to happen?
I was hoping and I thought that someone would just come out, speak with me for 5 minutes, and then I'd be on my way.
But that did not happen.
I have a Towson High School lacrosse shirt on. I have my student ID.
Jensen waited for nearly an hour while recording.
I have every right to be here and recording. They are recording us at all times.
But an administrator never came out to speak with him.
3 cop cars.
Rather,
3 cop cars for a kid.
All right.
He asked for more government.
He's getting more government.
Sorry for my language. That's just crazy to me. You don't think that's a waste of resources, sir? No.
BCPS
Yes,
called
sir.
the police on one of their own students for trespassing.
Yes, they're charging you with trespassing.
Oh, they are charging me with trespassing.
BCPS
On public property.
declined
How do you
an
trespass
interview
on
with Fox
public
45
property?
News,
Yeah.
Yeah, don't we
saying
own
it
that?
Cannot discuss
Like
specific
during hours of
student
business.
records or
Wait, hold on.
disciplinary
Where's Kyle?
action.
Where's Kyle to explain public property to us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how? So,
Wait, don't I own this?
yeah. Is it this the school board of the Baltimore County? I pay all your fucking salaries and you can't even just like. So on one hand, it's like I don't want to support this, flag it. But on the other hand, it's like
There's no
Yeah.
winners here, dude.
there's no
Well,
winners
and-
here.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
Kyle would
Nothing but
also like.
losers.
So he would support the law because the law is the law, and you got to have. And so there's going to be flags, but I don't know. I mean,
Before we
in
could-
fact, I
Yeah.
think the silver lining of the story is that
Can
this
we phone
kid
a
missed
friend to
7
Kyle?
days of his stupid 2 classes.
Can we
So-
phone a friend?
This is
Vote a friend.
Let's get
But-
Kyle in here to explain this to us.
my school board building. But yeah, Scott has another point. We were talking about this in one of the Maryland Libertarian chats, and it's like I guarantee next
yeah.
year the Maryland legislature is going to change the law of requiring pride flags instead of American flags in next session. So we're going to
Yeah.
have a flag off.
Well, you guys
of-
remember
of
last year?
Republicans. It's going to be like, meanwhile, the kids can't fucking read in school. Their math, everything is terrible. But the Republicans are going to be flaggots, and the Democrats are going to be like pride
Gay
flaggots.
flaggots.
Like literally
Pride
flaggots.
flaggots.
It's going to be literal like a flag off of faggots and flaggots.
But
And
you know
that's
what?
What's going to happen next year? Those
The
are the
more
fucking
time-
priorities of these people that are in fucking charge. They're
It's a
fucking
great
nuts.
opportunity to get your kid the hell out of there.
Seriously,
Yeah.
this is insane. The kids, they legit cannot fucking read. They cannot fucking read. The last couple, and maybe I'll say this for the after hours, but I had a very candid conversation with a lot of my students that have graduated. They're COVID kids, and they graduated between 2020 and 2024. And the vast majority of them 2024 in my current class. And it's like, dude, the things they're telling me of like their experience during remote school. But anyways, let's continue with this video here, Jared. Sorry. We'll save that we'll table that for after hours.
But the school system did state in an email regarding Towson High School, as of April 1st, flags have been installed in the classrooms that did not have them.
Well, it's important for me to have kids be able to express their patriotism.
Jensen's efforts got
important to him.
results, though
Yeah.
he will not be
You're gonna
in
die
school
for
a
Israel
while
next year, kid,
to
in
see
Iran,
for
okay?
himself. On
Like,
March
way to be a
28th,
faggot.
while
Rest of
standing
patriotism.
in that parking lot,
Look at this fucking cop.
BCPS immediately
hands are, like, shaking.
suspended this Marine hopeful for a
Marine
week.
You're
Who's
actually
that guy?
suspended from the school. He's to be
Department of School Safety.
suspended for disruptive behavior,
Probably a child trafficker.
refusing to cooperate with
looks like a
school
pedophile.
rules, and failure to follow a direction.
What
I was very
direction?
frustrated. I feel like
He says yes, sir.
what they did was
Right?
unlawful. You know, we have the right to record government employees in the course of their duties, but it just shines a bad light. What I believe.
Dude,
I was
First
doing was
Amendment
lawful,
order should be
and I had
all
a
over
reason
this
to be
shit.
there. And the only reason why they would suspend me is because they know that they're in the wrong.
Jensen
this
does
just-
not believe
I'm not going to become a homeless veteran,
him
so
joining
these
the
people
U.S.
can
Marines,
not
but
have
he
flags.
is taking legal action. The 18-year-old has hired an attorney to
Good.
challenge his
Take my
suspension
money, 'cause
and the
that's my money.
trespassing charge, saying that what happened to him is unconstitutional. We have reached
I mean,
out to
clearly
his
is.
attorneys. We hope to speak with them soon. We'll keep you posted. I'm
But
Chris
seriously,
Pabst in this.
Chris Pabst.
Take it out of the
Absolutely.
take it out of the director's salary.
Yeah, take it out of the fucking teachers union, dude. Don't take it from my paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. That's the other thing too. I would require, I don't know, that this is like a like a, what do you call it? Like maybe a bridge would be like, all right, if we're going to have cops, we're going to have these teachers, whatever, it's going to come out of your fucking union salary, and you're going to have insurance to cover these insane people, because I'm sick and tired of paying for lawsuits. Yeah,
Hasn't that been like a proposal? Is like make the cops carry insurance?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it would get to the point where it's like majority of them are uninsurable because they're a threat to society.
You know what? What if we made the cops just go around and every morning make sure there's a flag in every classroom? Like you have to do the flag rounds. You
They
know what I
wouldn't
mean?
be out there like pulling me over.
They have like a clipboard, like check. And I think we should have flags in all the lavatories,
the bathrooms,
the
each
gymnasium.
stall, dude. The bathroom, each stall needs to have
Every
a flag.
stall, like, because kids need to express their patriotism.
Yeah, I need to be saluted while I'm taking a huge dump in the morning.
Oh, say can you... Imperialist pigs. No.
The problem is you have to
Not
stand
up
while
this
you
rice
do that.
patty.
So
Yeah. Is it disrespectful for me to just continue taking my dump?
if you remain seated,
while
you're
the
that's
national
I have
anthem
to
is
stand
being
this
played?
shit.
flag
That's
code offense.
disrespectful.
If you remain seated, it's an offense.
Oh fuck, dude! I cannot stand flaggots, man. It's like I want to support this kid, but he's.
But
Man.
you know what? I mean, I feel bad for the kid. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like kids are innocent, at least for a certain
Yeah.
extent.
17.
And his heart's in the right place to a point. I mean,
Yeah, what kind of parents does this guy have? That's
Well,
that's
you
what
got to
we
say, like,
need
his
to be-
parents are a problem. He's probably fully vaxxed. He's been drinking fluoride. Like this kid.
He's been using
like,
low flow showers.
He's a product of his low flow environment.
right? His formidable years were on Zoom school. Middle school was strictly remote.
17 years ago was 2008. That's so awful. Makes you feel so old.
All right. Thanks for that.
Like that, I was just
lesson.
thinking. Someone said this the other day. Someone was like, "Wow, 17 years ago in 2008." I was like, "Wait a minute, what? No, that's not right." Like I was doing the math. Like, wait, well, carry the one. Like, what? No, like, oh, yeah.
He was
He
probably
definitely should
inspired
that.
by the Top Gun sequel. Like
Yeah.
It's like I want to be Goose.
Still haven't seen
or
that.
something.
I want to be Goose.
I wanna be-
R.I.P. to what's his
R.I.P.
face?
Val Kilmer,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. That's although Val Kilmer, like the only thing I really remember him in is Batman. Like that's
it.
like I'm right in that wheelhouse.
That's
like
all you
I
remember?
remember is Batman.
Oh, he had a lot of good shit.
Yeah,
I know.
Tombstone.
Tombstone, hell
Space.
yeah.
Dude, I want to
Yeah.
watch Heat. Everyone keeps telling me Heat was good.
Heat was fucking awesome. Yeah,
I know, I've
watched
never
that, like,
seen it.
last year, I think.
I just don't watch movies. I listen to this podcast where they just review movies, and I never watch the movies. I just listen to their reviews of it.
You just read the cliff notes.
Really, no, I don't even do that. Like half the time, I just listen to what they say about it.
Yeah.
Oh well. Fortress Film Society. That's what it's called.
Man, what are you cracking there, Babs? What you drinking?
Seltzer.
Oh,
Yeah, pineapple. There you go. That's my favorite. Or no, wait, that was watermelon. Watermelon. There you go.
Watermelon.
Watermelon.
Yes.
do we hit up all the Trump roundup for the week?
No, we didn't really.
Let's do that before we drop out of this.
There were a couple stories like
let's
that
go to-
one about
go to-
it turns out that they don't have criminal records. All these like hardened gang members that he sent to El Salvador to be disappeared. they're like, actually, we couldn't find criminal records on 90%.
Before we get to that one, let's look at Border Patrol
yes.
Barbie here.
Nice.
Just out here.
Oh my gosh.
Just
Here we
No
are,
muzzle
we're going
discipline.
Zion today. They're letting me roll with them. We're going to go out and
Gonna
we have
roll.
somebody who I think is got charges of human
Her
trafficking.
hair looks fabulous.
who I think has charges of human trafficking, or maybe they're just a soccer
Maybe not.
fan.
Yeah.
Bab, you're muted.
Can you go full screen and zoom in on her?
Yeah.
Look at that hair. I mean, that is. Look, she looks
Those
fabulous.
extensions.
Nice.
Earlier had an op that
Makeup.
somebody who was wanted for murder. So appreciate the good work
But
that they
no
do
muzzle
every day, and we
discipline.
appreciate them working to
She's
make
way
this
too
safe.
close to that guy to be holding a gun like that.
Here we
He should be
are.
low ready.
It's not good.
Low ready.
Why are they
yeah.
even holding guns at a press conference?
Because it's fucking the government.
Theater.
That's why.
I mean, holy shit! Like these. Are these
Well, it's
the
not
people
hers.
that
It's
were-
clearly the guy next to him who isn't holding a weapon, but normally would be. He just handed her the weapon. Was like, "Hold this and look cool."
Oh yeah, good point, dude.
And
So
then clearly,
These,
was,
these are the people. Remember the video where they're like walking through the desert, like emptying the jugs of water that had been left for like migrants dying of dehydration.
right.
Mm.
Yeah, human traffickers, drug smugglers. Was she talking
Or
about the
alternatively,
CIA?
you have the flip side, which is AOC, just like at the chain link fence, like crying for a photo op. It's like neither.
Hey
of you
man,
are-
someone's gotta stop those ideas from crossing the border. You heard ICE. She's on the front lines.
Yeah, we've heard there's some anti-Semitic tomato farmers that may be trying to cross the Rio Grande, where we will. Our orders are to shoot on sight.
This is a no idea zone.
No idea. So
this is our border policy is Israel first, America's borders second. And yeah, I mean, it's just insane. What is going on?
I like that meme. There was like America first, Israel firstest.
Yeah, I shared that on the Instagram page. Speaking of which, all of you listening, like this. There's people watching on YouTube who have not liked this video. Please like it, share it, help us get something. I don't even know if we can be monetized, but help us, please.
No, it's over.
Send
after
money
this.
over to our Venmo. Send money to my Venmo. It's right there at
Just-
the bottom of
yeah.
my screen at Band in DC. And but anyway, yeah. So guys, please go like this video, and we're 25 subscribers or likes away from 30,000 on Instagram. I've been plugging this. Please go like our shit. I gotta start clipping up videos, dude. My son made like these. He went to AwesomeCon in DC. He made these awesome. Like he came back from YouTube and like made these videos of the stuff he bought at AwesomeCon. And I'm like, I have no clue how you did any of this.
Nice.
I'm like, I feel so old. So he might have to cut up some clips for us to put up on the Instagram.
Let's do it.
So yeah, let's wrap up Trump's roundup.
Yeah,
With
sorry.
the story here. About
Elaborate on.
90% of migrants deported to El Salvador had no U.S. criminal record.
Well, did they cross the border illegally? Because then that makes them a criminal.
Yeah, if they did they cross state lines?
They cross state
We'll,
lines.
we'll never
with
know.
Ideas.
We'll never know. They never. I mean, one was like a soccer player. The other was like a gay hairdresser. We don't know what they're right.
Yeah, so Trump administration officials have described the men deported to El Salvador prisons last month as the worst of the worst, suggesting they were gang members involved in murder, rape, and kidnapping.
Wait a minute. What? I mean, we're the ones who assumed they were criminals. He just said worst of the worst.
Remember what they told us who was going to Guantanamo Bay?
Right.
Right.
The reality is that of 238 migrants, mostly Venezuelan, that officials accused of belonging to the Tren de Aragua gang,
Which isn't a crime in itself, right? That's just like, oh, you joined a club.
and expelled to the Central American country in mid-March, just a small fraction had ever been charged with serious crimes in the U.S.
What is serious crime? Like what's serious? Like murder? But they all. But
This
some
says
people got
here,
charged with armed
hundreds of
robbery,
pages of U.S. legal records reviewed by Bloomberg News found 5 men charged with or convicted of felony assault or firearms violation. 3 men were charged with misdemeanors, including harassment and petty theft. 2 others were charged with
we don't
human
believe in
smuggling.
firearms violations, so you can cross those off, right?
Well, felony assault.
And
we do believe in
or
that.
firearms violations, right?
Okay.
So one was the 2 were human trafficking. So
So, but okay, so then
charged with misdemeanors.
let's grant like 7. Yeah, charged. Let's grant 7, but there's 238 people here. Doesn't seem like justice, right? Doesn't seem like it's making us safer.
Right, and just because they're charged doesn't even mean these people are guilty, or those
Just
are
'cause
even
they're
the
not
people
charged
that they
doesn't mean
have
they're
there.
guilty either.
Like, we don't know who they are.
Otto could be guilty. He could be smuggling
don't know.
humans.
You
He's
don't
not
know.
charged.
I could have humans smuggled in this rice patty down here. You don't know.
I'm announcing my loyalty to the Houthis right here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Come
Are you
at me.
joining
All
the
right, so we're gonna
Houthis
need a
camp?
special
I've
guest
already
next week.
joined. Come at me.
When James is gone, we're gonna have to get a special guest. You will be. We'll avenge. It's like, hey guys, if I'm not back next week, avenge my death. You know.
I mean, when you have to use something like the Alien Enemies Act, you know that what you're doing is wrong, right? I mean, like, that's what was used to intern the Japanese during World War II, right?
It's never been used for anything vaguely ethical. You know, like it's always some like, oh, they did that.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's like
Yeah, it's
we were
never
promised-
literally aliens. It's never literally like
it's
UFOs
like
landed.
We were promised. You know, again, it's like, oh, we were promised all these
Don't
mass
give him ideas,
deportations of illegal immigrants, and then it's just like, oh, you know what? If you say something bad about Israel, that's the one who needs to go. You know.
Well, you know when they put those people in Japanese internment camps, they called them the greatest generation. So who knows? Look, maybe we're going to be even greater at this point.
We're going to be so great. We're going to be the greatest.
The greatest. The greaterest generation.
The greaterest.
Yeah.
We're entering a golden age of the greaterest generation.
We are so screwed.
We are so fucked, dude.
But at least we got Ross out.
At least we got Ross out. Our wealth has been
Well, that
destroyed.
sounds like a good place to end it, right there. At least we got Ross out.
Oh, speaking of, did you see the announcement
Yes.
that Ross is going to be speaking at the Bitcoin
I
conference?
did.
In
I
Vegas
shared
in
that.
May?
Yep. So where is that? I didn't see where that's being held at.
Las Vegas.
We'll be broadcasting live from there.
Dude, there's a good chance I'm going to go. But we're going to try to get some attention for Ian Freeman, Roger Ver, and Roman Storm.
Oh, I can't make it.
Some other crypto prisoners. Try to get some attention on them.
Yeah, that sounds like fun,
Let's
man.
do it. Let's.
Maybe you guys want to go?
I
don't think I can
can't
swing
go.
that.
That's Memorial Day weekend. I can't go.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's during the
Otto's got to put flags on grave sites.
Yeah. of my fellow Viet Cong members who died.
Well, this is great news. Memorial. I mean, as far as I know, this will be Ross's first public appearance coming out of jail. So does this mean
How much are
if
tickets?
it goes, does this mean he's going to come to Porkfest? I hope so. You know, like if he's able to, hope it goes well and he feels comfortable doing more events.
It's not cheap.
No.
But that's kind of like the going rate for festivals these days, anyways. $458.
Well, these are the people that run Bitcoin Magazine. I went to their thing in Miami 2 or 3 years ago. I forget. It was big.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did go to
It was
that.
the one that Bukele was supposed to show up at, but he had to miss it due to martial law.
Sorry, I'm rounding up everybody in the country.
Excuses.
Sorry.
But anyway, I think this is just super good news that mainly that Ross feels comfortable enough to go out there and do something like this. I'm stoked.
That's great. So yeah, go there, get him some out. Anyone who takes a picture with him in their punk rock libertarian shirt will Venmo you $10. I was gonna put. I was like, wait, I started that sentence without having without having like a prize in mind. I was like, yeah. So $10. I'll Venmo you $10. So yeah,
The cool thing was, see that whale pass? When I got to go into Miami, I got to go on because I was helping Lynn as like her assistant. I got to get on her coattails, and so we had whale access to everything.
I'm gonna say,
That was
I was gonna
freaking
say,
great.
like, I'm pretty sure if you help her move, you should get all this for free.
She doesn't necessarily get anything out of this one, but at that
Yeah.
one, she was a speaker and had, but she's. I had asked her before to help me like try to get some way to get some some signage in for Ian Freeman and Roger Ver and stuff, like, just to, because this is the base that we need to get support from to help our prisoners. So a lot of these people,
you might not find too many people friendly to Roger Ver there, though. Unfortunately,
that's true. Due to the block-sized ward, there's a lot of salty people left on that. But whatever, you know what I mean?
But...
Like even the big blockers I know, or the small blockers I know, are still like, well, he still doesn't deserve to be, locked up for 109 years.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on the cock blockers.
Hey-o. On that note.
On that note. Go ahead, this.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Anyway, diddy bop.
To the overflow room.
Yeah, we're going over to the overflow room, where I believe a certain
freedom
someone.
Zone.
I'm going to come to the overflow room.
Thank you, Mr. President. So yes, come to the overflow room, which we're going to record right after this. If you sign up for our Patreon for just as little as $3 a month, you get exclusive access to that podcast, which we're going to record. We'll send you a link. You can listen in live, tell us stories, make fun of my hat, do whatever you want to do. And you also get access to the whole back catalog of shows as well. There's hundreds there. Good listen for each of you. So please consider supporting the show, whatever you want to do. You can just send stuff to my house. Apparently, you can just do that if you want. Certain people take
people
part
have done
in
that before.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for listening. And once you guys sign up for our Patreon, come on over. And the next thing you can do to help us out is go over to prlfans.com and find other ways to donate to the show. Or you can go over to libertariancountry.com and buy our t-shirts. We got t-shirts for sale over there. If you guys use the code PRL or PRL podcast, you get a 10% discount. If you use the code PRL2 and spend $50 or more, you get a 20% discount. So until next time, live free
or die.